Now, this might end up rustling some Jimmies. And so, if those Jimmies are yours, I apologize. And I'll probably end up sounding like a dweeb by the end of this. But meditation is no longer optional. I think with everything that's going on in the world right now, I don't have to list it. You know what I'm talking about. But it is, and I think it should be, a mandatory practice for everyone, literally everyone. And I know it kind of started as like a hoity-toity, just for people in a cave trying to, find enlightenment or nirvana or whatever your flavor of esoteric mysticism is. And then it kind of turned into something that was, witchcraft and wizardry and kind of looked down upon by other religions, even though it's really not a religion in and of itself. And then luckily, I think it's being talked about more and more now from high performers that do it all the time, and kind of trickling down into the mainstream of something that the everyday person can weave into the tapestry of their life. And I think that's a very, very, very good idea. And it was kind of hit home to me as someone who's been doing it for literally decades. It is kind of I don't know, I take it for granted sometimes. It's just part of my day. The same way of like you probably take for granted putting on socks and pants. But what hit home for me and kind of spurred this rant is someone commented on one of my videos, like skip to a minute and a half if you want to get past the frustratingly long intro. And albeit I fully admit and I know that I'm an over explainer, but the fact that a minute and a half is too long for someone to listen to, is kind of frightening, even though I know that's the case. With social media and smartphones, our attention spans are nothing. They're like a fart in the wind compared to what they were decades ago. But that's something we can work on. And one of the biggest mentors of mine, a man worth literal hundreds of millions of dollars, says that meditation is his number one thing. It's non-negotiable. And he refers to it as taking quiet time because the word meditation can be a little bit polarizing. And he defines it as anything from walking silently, to sitting in a rocking chair silently, just looking off into the landscape, all the way to a 2-hour meditation session. And you can sprinkle your flavor of meditation in there wherever. Personally, I love Yogananda's Hong Sao meditations. I love, as you know, coherent, heart-centered meditations. I love Joe Dispenza meditations. And I also love just sitting without my phone, silently looking off into the horizon. They all work. They're all beneficial. Do whatever feels great for you. And, just add it to your daily life.